Well, happy Sunday to you. A little bit more of an in-depth forecast for you as a very busy weather week is shaping up across Colorado. A good Sunday to you. I'm Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Chris Spears. What you're looking at right now, some 24-hour snow totals, and this was as of 6 a.m. Sunday morning. Copper, Vale, and Aspen Highlands, Breck, Silverton, and Telluride leading the pack there with 9 to 11 inches of snow. Beaver Creek, Ski Cooper, Snowmass 7, Crested Butte 6, and keep in mind this was 24-hour totals. Many of these places had just as much in the previous 24 hours, so it has been a good couple of days in the high country for building up snowpack. Denver today, we're going to do some melting, plenty of sunshine to start the day, although we will get some clouds later on. Mountains, you have another round of snow coming in, and we'll detail that for you. Arctic air is going to make a return, and that will be a pretty big headline, with Denver facing another 60 or more hours below freezing, and some of that time could be spent close to zero. So that snow comes back into Denver sometime Monday afternoon into the early evening, and what you're looking at here, we have the threat for going back into a weather impact alert mode Monday and Tuesday, and the reasons on your screen, that returning snow, but really it's the Arctic air coming in Monday that will last all the way through Wednesday. The combination of the snow and cold could make the Monday afternoon evening commute and the Tuesday morning commute pretty tough up and down the Front Range. So here's the jet stream. Couple of things to point out before we roll the maps here. You notice the huge area of cold in central Canada. That is going to spill into the middle of the country this week. The low moving onshore from the Pacific Northwest, that's bringing the next round of mountain snow. It also will kick up snow in Denver Monday night into Tuesday. And if you look to the far edge of your screen, there's one more red L just outside of Seattle by Wednesday. That comes into Colorado Thursday. So we've got a couple of different things to track in the days ahead. Futurecast is rolling. You're going to have snow developing in the northern and central mountains today. It'll really get going mid to late afternoon, and by the time we get to the evening, it will be widespread and locally heavy at times. This is 6 a.m. on your Monday. Still lingering mountain snow. At this point, Denver is quiet, but sometime late morning, early afternoon, an Arctic front will come in from the east-northeast, and that combined with the jet stream overhead, we're going to see bands of snow develop Monday afternoon. It may not snow the whole time, but anytime from Monday afternoon through Tuesday morning, just occasional bands of snow or pockets of flurries will certainly be in our future. I'm going to roll this snowfall forecast. What you're seeing is total accumulation Sunday night through Tuesday morning. Couple of takeaways here. By far the heaviest snow is in the mountains, and specifically the mountains along and north of I-70. So Steamboat Springs, Winter Park, Vale, Aspen, you all have this chance to get up to a half foot and likely more than that of snowfall. Denver, the I-25 corridor, the foothills, and the eastern plains. The totals are light, not a big deal. However, having said that, because of the cold, it doesn't take a lot of snow to make travel issues, and when we have banded snowfall, if multiple bands move over your area, you may actually stack up, more than the predicted snowfall. On your screen right now, I've picked a couple of mountain areas to kind of give you an idea. The heaviest snow by far is the northern mountains, and in particular, along and north of I-70, we're talking the Park Mountains, the Elks, mountains along the I-70 corridor, the northern Front Range. Many places could get a foot or more. The lightest totals will be in the southwest mountains, so our San Juans, maybe 3 to 6 inches of additional snow. Not as much as our northern friends, but that certainly is respectable and needed and appreciated. On your screen, the blue is a winter weather advisory, 6 p.m. through today through 5 a.m. Tuesday. The red is a winter storm warning. The advisory locations basically along I-70, 7 to 14 inches of additional snow. The mountains outside of Steamboat and the mountains around Winter Park and Rocky Mountain National Park, we could see 10 to 20 inches of new snow from the system coming in as we speak. All right, 9 a.m. Monday, zoomed into Denver. At this point, this may be some of the warmest temperatures of the day on Monday, late morning toward noon, because an Arctic front is going to come in from the right side of your screen. We call this a backdoor cold front. As that air filters in, the jet stream overhead will be starting to generate bands of snow, and it is fair game to see banded snowfall at any point after noon Monday and lasting into the mid-morning hours on your Tuesday. Won't snow the whole time, but the bands of snow will be out there, and probably some widespread flurries as well. Arctic air tends to be shallow, and when you have shallow Arctic air, you tend to have pockets of flurries that can last almost all day. Highs for this Sunday, 30s and 40s across the state. In Denver, we'll flirt with 40. We'll do a little melting. The warmest air will be in south central and western Colorado, where many places will hit the 40s. Coldest air will be Steamboat and Winter Park, only in the 20s, as well as the Gunnison Valley, only in the 20s. A little melting in Denver, mostly sunny, light wind, 39. Some places could briefly hit the 40s. Tonight in Denver, clouds increase. Keep in mind that snow will be going in the mountains. We'll be down into the upper teens to around 20 for an overnight low. As we wake up Monday morning, most of Colorado will be in the teens or 20s. Cloud cover will be on the increase, and when you have cloud cover, that acts like a blanket and holds some of the daytime heating in from the previous day. So you notice the numbers are not quite as cold as they were this morning, where we had a lot of places in the single digits. This is a really interesting map. Highs on Friday. You see Sterling, Yuma, Sidney, Ogallala, teens. Extreme northeastern Colorado, you're going to be in this Arctic air mass very early. Denver probably gets to the 30s, and places down around Trinidad could even get into the 50s before that Arctic air moves in from the east and northeast and overtakes everybody along and east of I-25. Western Colorado, you do not feel this particular Arctic air mass initially. You'll get into the 50s on your Monday. In Denver, that Arctic front comes in, and we may have some afternoon snow bands. 35 for a high, and just a reminder, this high may happen fairly early in the day. Sometimes Arctic air moves in pretty fast once it makes its arrival. On your extended forecast, you notice the orange. Very likely this will turn red. What that means is we will call a weather impact day for the second half of Monday, your afternoon, evening, and the first half of Tuesday, your morning, and this is simply due to the snowfall combined with the incoming very cold. Tuesday, often on flurries. We won't get out of the teens. We won't get out of the teens on Wednesday. Thursday, we should start to climb out of this deep freeze, hopefully getting up to or close to freezing. And then Friday, Saturday, it looks like we definitely climb above freezing with a little bit of a shift in the weather pattern and some higher pressure coming in, which will bring some warmer air. In Denver, we may be back to the 50s by Saturday.